Alright, let's get the show on the road with modeling for Blender Challenge 12, Health Medical. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to model some of these pieces from this alien isolation scene, and I'm going to start with this thing right here. It's going to take a couple of videos to do that. It's pretty straightforward modeling, a couple of little twists. I'm going to break some rules, but that's the way it goes. So there's my front view. So here we go. Let's scale this in the Y and get a thickness that we like. And let's grab this and pull it up a little bit. And get like a rectangle shape. And I'm going to throw in an edge through here. Just want to see. So what I've got is it comes down here and then it curves back a little bit. And it looks like it's about, you know, like almost like 2/3 of the way down or something like that. So what if I grab that edge and pull it in a little bit? What if it looked like that? Would that give me what I need? It might. It might not. Who knows these things? Alright, so let's see here. Let's hold shift and click in number 2, edge selection right here. I'm going to bevel this by hand. I'm not sure how much we have to, because it's kind of blocked maybe by that. I still think you'll see a little bit of that edge, so let's just go ahead and throw in maybe 5. And let's do that for the top and the bottom as well. It will be partially covered. I'm also going to have to bevel that. So it looks smooth. Let's do shade smooth. I won't worry about any shading errors right now. What I did forget is it's actually 2 pieces. Didn't I? I did forget that. So, what can I do about that? If I go half and half, no, actually this looks smaller than this. Let's see if I can still do this. Break it out. Alright, well, here's what I'll do. Take this thing here, Shift D, rotate X 180. Let's do that for now, and Shift Alt and click those edges and Control E, bridge edge loops, and see if I got my pieces. The black piece there. So let's bring that down and see what that's like. Okay, I want them to be almost equal, I think, in size. So I look in front view wireframe, 1 for vertex selection, just find it easier to grab them. I'll do it. I'm going to come right up to there. Let's see what that's like. It's not going to be exactly the same, it's just going to resemble it, and that's fine with me. Something like that. Okay, let's go GZ and pull it down a little bit. Hold shift to go a bit slower. That's what I got. Alright, let me start with that one. And let's see now. So I want to do these. Let's take this and let's see. I think I'm gonna Boolean with this. Yeah. So all right. I'm gonna Shift S, cursor selected. Let's do that. And let's bring in a new plane. Rotate X 90. Scale it down, look from the front. So I'm going for this screen right now. And I want it, think, something like this. And let's copy this over. It's pretty close here. grab this edge out to about there, so it's kind of equal on both sides. Not super happy with it yet. Probably I'm gonna have to live with that. Oh, okay, select those vertices and Shift Control B to bevel and pull. I got 5 points in there, and that's I think what I'm gonna want. Select it, extrude it back, and take the whole thing and push it in. So I got the right amount of room that I want. No, I don't care about that too much. There's a couple of arrows on the side here. I could do that in Substance Painter if I have enough room. Not sure if I will. But actually there's more room on that side. There's more room here than there is here, so I think I'll take everything and move it down a bit. That's what I think I'm going to go for. Let's look from the side and just let's push this in. Let's push it in that far. Try that. Okay, so I'm going to select this. Just do it the old-fashioned way. Press the wrench, Boolean difference with respect to this. And let's just go ahead and apply that, and let's hide that. All right, so we're not in yet, so are we? Let's go back here. I'm going to recalculate outside and merge by distance in case. This guy, I'm going to make sure I recalculate outside and try that again. Boolean difference with respect to these guys, and apply and hide them. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try adding a bevel first of all, and I'm starting to deal with my shading issues. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to come in here now, and yeah, I don't mind that at all, the way that cut. I'm going to bevel these edges. And so I probably won't need the bevel modifier, but I'm going to do this. Control B. Okay, it'll catch just a little bit more light. I can live with that. Yeah, another thing I want to do here is on the bevel itself. Here, this thing is bothering me. I'm going to switch the limit method to angle, and that'll look a little bit nicer. Then I have that. I also am going to switch the miter outer to arc. I'm going to curve that a bit more. And I can probably actually hide this, and not necessarily. I'll leave that for now because we'll do more work here. Okay, so come on up. We have this screen. Oh yeah, okay. So we're going to take this here. Let me make sure. Yeah, I may have some crossing over. Let's delete that. And rebuild you. Just have to make a face and just scale that in. That's better for that guy, I think. Yep. And what we'll do is I will come in and I'll grab that face. Do I want to use that face? You know what? I should do my own new one. I'm going to bring in a new plane. Let's scale it down. Let's push it out a bit. And let's just subdivide a couple of times. Let's see if I can get away with 2. Proportional editing will allow me to pull this point out. I'll get that circle, and then I can it'll affect the whole thing. Let's try that. Let's just try shade smooth. Might be good enough. into maybe around there. Sort of simulate the screen with a little bit of a curve. Maybe I can do a bit more. I don't know if I need to. Alright, something along that line. I'm going to push this face in quite a bit further. Oh, not with that on, no. Like that. And then I'm going to select that face, Shift S cursor to select it, bring my 3D cursor there, and bring in a plane and scale it down a bit so that it goes into the edges there, and scale it in the Y. I'll bring it out so we can see what we're dealing with. Okay, I want to make these little slats, whatever you call them. They're probably not called that. Come up to about there. 3 for face selection, select that. Scale in the Z to do that. I'm going to take the whole thing actually and scale that in the Y. And let's focus just on that so I can delete some faces. This one, I'm holding Shift, this one, and max those faces. And I'm going to, I guess, just put on a bevel. Let's see how many we need. Okay, let's go for our usual 3. 0.02, let's say. I'll shade smooth. It's probably going to be okay. And we'll take this guy and we'll GY, pull him back in and up. And I'm going to rotate this. Let's just set the origin to the geometry of that. Let's rotate that in the X and do that kind of thing. Let's see if I can get 3, 5 of them. Okay, so I'll close that up, pull that down, add an array. We're going to go in the Z and pull it down. Switch the X to 0. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now you'll notice that it's moving in the Z direction, but it's also going back. So I've done something in object mode. I've edited in object mode. So just watch this. Control A, apply rotation and scale, and it'll correct that. Let's bring these back up and just adjust it till I like it. Okay, I don't like some of that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just bevel these by hand. I think I'll get a better effect. So grab those and Control B. I'm just going to do that. I'm not worried about polys. Sorry to tell you. I got that. I'm not crazy about the angle of that. Yeah, I can live with it. I'm gonna have to. All these things can be touched up. Okay, so we're starting to get somewhere. Okay, let's look at the top of this. Really quick handle. Grab this and pull it down. Bevel. I'm not too worried about the bottom faces yet, although maybe I should be. All right, we will. Let's take this and delete it. It'll give a nicer merging with the surface anyhow. Let's just go for that. Let's set the origin of 3D cursor. And let's mirror this. think I'm gonna make them a bit smaller. Push them out like that. I don't think I'm gonna create a hole in the middle. Let's just make it simple and see if it's good enough. Let's scale that in the Y and in the X so that it kind of joins. Okay. Let's put a bunch of edge loops in there, just making sure I end up with one in the middle. And I'm going to put on, not that, proportional editing, pull this up so I get this kind of effect. I'll maybe go a bit wider, just with the bends, that's all I need to do. Let's turn that off. E and Alt S, and I'm going to push, give it some nice thickness, pull it down a little bit. I guess I'm going to put on a subdivision surface of, let's try 1. Shade smooth, and come in on the edges here and just bring them up and down. And I'll do 1 in the middle, and then Control B, but I'll roll my mouse back to 0, so I have just 2 edges coming out to the side, like that. And that's my handle. That's good enough. Same would work. Yeah, don't worry about any shading errors if we see any. Like, probably there. Let's just try to move on. Okay, so what we got going on? Let's just move over to this front part here. So I've got this rectangle and I've got a cutaway there. Let's see, I have to do a Boolean for that. So let's select this face and Shift S, cursor selected, and bring in another plane, rotate it and scale it down. And it looks like it comes out a little bit past the screen, so I'm going to put it about there, and it goes to almost the middle of that, so that I could have another rectangle there. Pull this up so it's a bit more rectangular. What I'm looking for, but I'm just going to make it a bit more rectangular. I'll have a small indent there. All right, now let's pull that. Let's see, do I like that? Okay, Shift Control B. I'm not worried about getting this exact same curve. I'll put 5. Let's do it like that. Extrude it back in. No, I'm not doing that. I am just making a panel, aren't I? Oh, for a change. With that face selected, let's Shift Control B and do that. And that's what I'm making. Good. I thought I had to do a Boolean there, but I don't. Let's take that and delete the back face. I could always adjust that easily, actually. Okay, and then we have a little cutaway. Now, again, you could do this in Painter, but I'm going to do it in Geometry. Can I use this? Shift D, slide it over. If I'm going to be editing this, its scale, I really want to do it in wireframe and box selected like that, so I can keep my curvature, if I even care about that. That might be too curved now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't think we'll do it that way. Okay, I'm going to bring in another plane. I'm trying to move a little quick here. This is about a quarter. It's pretty much up at the top. I may have some issues here. May. Shift Control B. It looks like it's not quite. I'm just going to do 3. I'll push that in. I'll set my origin geometry. What did I do? Did I do that? All right, let's have a look where everything's. Looks like it could be a little bit bigger this way. I don't know. That made any difference at all. Let's give this a try. Okay, let's select the main body. Let's see what we got here. Nothing. Boolean difference with respect to this. Let's apply it. And let's hide that. Okay. So we're not working out here, so let's come back. And let's get rid of that. And let's take this guy and Control A. I think I'm okay, but maybe on this, I don't know. And maybe there's anything. Is there anything? I think I probably already did that. Oh, double check this. Yeah, it's flipped. The polys are because I pulled backwards, I extruded backwards instead of forwards, and that'll do it. All right, never mind. Okay, select the main body and add Boolean difference with the eyedropper. Select that. Choose apply. Take this, and I'm going to delete that. I don't need that anymore. Okay, and now we're into this scenario here. I'm going to go ahead and add a bevel like I did, I think, before. I don't know if I need to up the amount or not. And choose angle. And I'm going to choose weighted normal. And under the normals, auto smooth. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I keep moving this up and back. I just didn't want to have to flip back and forth, but I kind of prefer this now that I think about it. Okay, so that's actually looking fine to me, just like that. So I think I'll leave it. This, I don't know if I did any of that kind of stuff to it. Let's do weighted normal. And let's do that. Okay. So this is what I have so far. Let's just move on and do as much as we can. We want to do these buttons, these, and then I want to show you how I'm going to do these. So let's just come down here, and I can do it right from there. I'm going to come out. Okay. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to put on an array. There's 5 of them. And just so that I can see them, I'm going to click bevel. I'll just go ahead and make it look a little bit nicer. I probably will be losing the bevel. I want to get their size, but before I do that, I'm going to bring in another plane. And just think about this thing here and everything I have to fit. So this thing is going to go, it's probably kind of equal on the top and the bottom, maybe a little bit closer to the top, closer to that curve. So this is maybe that much space, something like that. Oops. Starting to think about pulling this up, or maybe no. Yeah, I kind of want to have it a bit longer the more I think about it. just the smallest amount. Okay, at any rate, so these buttons come to about there, actually. A small gap in between. So what if I put this at 1.02? All right, and all I want to do, I think, is inset like this and pull it in a bit. And when I say a bit, I mean less than that. Let's leave them like that for now. I'm not angling them in at this point. All right. And then there are 3 toggle switches in between here. You know, I actually don't like these. I think I'm going to select these edges, even though I've got the bevel modifier on. And I think I'm going to do this. And I'm going to put a few more. I think I'm going to prefer this. Grab those hard edges and do this. And shade smooth. And what have I got here? Switch on angle. And for geometry, I'm going to switch that to arc. And we'll do that weighted normal. There we go. I think that's more what I want. I can delete the back faces as well. Just trying to get this done. All right. So 3 toggle switches under here, 1 in the middle, and under there. Okay, cool. So how about we select here. And circle, I'll make it 6. And okay, 3 of those. Let's see what our size is like. So I'm just going to press F, E. I will delete that back face. And I think I'm just going to do bevel. We'll do 0.01. I don't care about shading right now. I'm going to move it back though a little bit, like this. Okay, I do care about shading. I take it back. Let's set the origin to that, and then I think there's a bolt or a washer or something with a hole in it. That's what we're going to do. Cursor selected. Circle. This time we'll go for maybe. Okay, so you can see it. Let's do this. Let's put 1 and subdivision surface of 1, maybe more, maybe not. Okay. Time for a cylinder 18. Scale it down. Rotate X90. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this with that face selected, Control B, pull it way back, roll my mouse up a bunch of times to smooth that out, and just try that. And we'll focus on this, and we will. I'm gonna bevel that back too. I'm barely gonna see it, so just cause we'll do something like that. That's enough to do what we need to do. Well, could be a little thinner. Okay. Let's select it, come like that. And I think I'm going to take, no, I'm going to go further than that. We'll scale Shift Y. What are you doing? Scale Shift Y. Come in smaller. Like that. I think I'm going to do that for my toggle switch. I don't know how good that looks, but I'm going to select that, put that into a collection. So I'll call it toggle 1. And this one goes up and these ones go down. Okay, so that's fine. Let's get this guy here. Select Shift D, bring it to here. And let's, right away, I'm going to call this toggle 2. Okay, and this is going to come down, right? So let's focus on that first of all, and select, let's say, that. Bring the 3D cursor there. All right, select my toggle switch with the 3D cursor at the end there. I'm going to switch this to 3D cursor. And let's rotate the X. Let's see how well. Nah, that didn't work too well. I could do that. Just adjust it by hand. No one's gonna know except for you. I think. I hope. In fact, with that done, I could just copy this, and I don't care that much. So, okay, let's come in here on this one. Yeah, all right, let's just do the same thing. Maybe I should be selecting somewhere else. What the heck? Okay, let's rotate the X and let's pull this up and then position it so it's all right. I'm gonna pull that up a bit. Hopefully you won't see that from any. Okay. Good. So toggle 2. Let's go back to beginning point. All right. Let's see if everybody's playing nice or not. Everybody else is. Time for the cavity shader. Start appreciating our work. Hope those aren't too small. Okay, they extend to about halfway of the button. I should have looked at that. I may or may not want to do something different here. We then have a little bit of space, and then we have these knobs here. I'm going to go for 18. So they're bigger than these, obviously, but not by that much. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, E and S. Yeah. Extrude out. E and S come in. Come back a little bit, but scale it like that. Not sure about what I'm seeing here. Let's keep scaling. And let's also keep coming back. That's too deep. We can fix this up. And I'm going to extrude out a little bit. And no, maybe just about. Extrude out a little bit. I have to make a face. Control B with say maybe 1, and then I'll grab these with maybe 1, and this. I'll extrude that back like that. That's probably enough. Control 1, maybe Control 2 on this, and edge loop down, and want it too sharp. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. That's all right. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this one starts at the edge of that, comes in, and starts at the edge of that, comes in. That's great. No, I'm just going to do it by eye. That's what I got. Yep, that's what I got. Okay, cool. So we got that going on. Now, geez, I realize, and maybe you realize it too, that this handle is on top of this metal frame, which I think I'm going to do right now. Let's do the metal frame, and then we'll fix up where that handle is positioned. So let's bring in a plane. I don't want this to extrude in front or extend in front and on the sides. Kind of like that. So let's just go ahead and give it a try. Let's come down past a little ways like that. Let's put an edge loop here. Let's, wherever it drops, and select both of them and look from the side. I'll pull it down to about there, and a wireframe. Grab these points and pull them back. Looking to make it roughly equal as it extends out there and here. And that's fine anyhow. And with that, let's now put on let's see what we got going on here. Let's put on solidify it. I'm going to choose even thickness. And I'm going to pull out like this. And get a thickness that I like. Maybe like that. Okay. Yeah, I could live with that, I think. The only thing we want to do is we want to close the back up, don't we? What are we doing here? Alright, let's do the back. I have to make a face. Okay. So it's closed up. And yeah, alright. I can work with that for the time being. And so what I'm going to do is let's just go ahead and apply that and come back in. And now we can revisit this edge. Okay. That was a weird way of doing it, I guess. So I'm going to join those. That's better. It's pretty much right in the middle there. So I'm going to create a bevel out. I think I am. And if I just put on a regular bevel, I get a bit. So I might just do that. And then maybe we'll do our usual. Let's grab this stuff now. Maybe all right. That's what I want to do. Okay. How about we start getting some of this stuff in where we want it to be? How about that? Let's take this and delete that back face. Let's take all these guys. I want to sharpen that up. Too much stuff is in the same collection. Let's put you in the middle there. And you. Hopefully it's okay. Oh no, are you actually on the surface? Close to it. Okay. And you too. One of these. Let's move these to a collection. I don't know. Circle knobs. Because there's going to be other knobs too. We'll just call it circle knobs. Oh. Now, if I go to normal, slide you along. put you there for now. Okie doke. That's good. These look odd to me, and so, I told you they looked odd, so that's better. And let's go back to global. So this is what we're getting. I think I'm going to do one more thing, and we'll leave it at that for now. And I can come back and adjust all these, all of these. I just wanted to show you this. So I'm going to select that and move my 3D cursor right there. Okay. I want to do these knobs. There's different ways of doing this. The way I think I'm going to do it is this. Bring in a circle. I'm going to go for, I think, 26 vertices. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose grid fill. Let's move it out so we don't have that. Look at this thing. And I'll go to face selection. And you can see, select this area here I'm going to use for the knob part, the part that sticks out. So I'm going to Shift Alt and click, and I'll have to do this in multiple selections. To get that edge, I'm going to press E to extrude, and I'm going to come back and take the whole thing, just move it out of the way. Get that again, E and S come out a nice way, so I want to do something on there. Take it all and flip the polys if I need to. Now come back and in face selection, grab just these top ones there. I know it's off to an angle, but it's just the way it is. Now, by the way, I want to show you something. Should have done that. When I did grid fill, there's various, choices in this menu that you could use. So, okay, let's extrude this out like this. Now, Control 2, and you start to get this. And that's basically what I'm going for, right there. I'm putting an edge loop here and there. You decide how sharp you want this to be. Not too sharp. Now, this part is tenuous. I'm going to press I to inset and pull in. With those 4 poly selected, right click, loop tools, circle, pull in a little bit. I'm pulling quite a bit actually. And I'm looking for stretching here, and unfortunately there probably will be a little bit. I again pull in E. I'm going to do that. I want a little dot there. Okay, so far so good. Now, next thing I'm going to do, look from the front. Let's just focus just on that. Set the origin of geometry. In fact, what I'm going to do is select that edge, Shift S, cursor to select it. I want it right in the middle of that. I'm now going to come in here, and I'm going to choose this edge, and I'm going to skip every second edge. It might end up getting too many, so maybe I didn't need to start with a circle with 26 vertices. Maybe it would have been better to start with 22 or 18 or something. Anyhow, hopefully I've got what I need. No, I don't have what I need. All right. With those selected, I'm going to Shift D and pull them out. P to break them out. So I got this. Come over here, turn off the subdivision surface. Look from the front. Go into edit mode. Press 1. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to switch, I think, to individual origins just for now. And I'm going to press S to scale. I just want them smaller. that. Back to median point. S to scale. That's going to pull them in a little bit. Make these little ticks along here. Okay, so I'm in median point. All right, and I'm in edit mode. So now I'm going to press E, and I'm going to press RY. I'm going to rotate, and that's just going to pull them out just a little bit. That's all I want to do, just like that. Select it all, E to extrude, pull back, and with them selected, X faces, delete all faces, A to select it all, Alt N, recalculate outside, because polys will have been flipped. Pull them in until they make contact here. Add a bevel, because we don't care about our polys. 0.01. Shade smooth. And we have this. Are they in? Yeah, they're in. Let's look at this. And I can, my 3D cursor is right there. Let's set the origin to the 3D cursor. And we can rotate the Y if we, want to center those up a little bit more. But that, my friend, is my dial. I'm going to call that dial. Yeah, I won't call it knob. I'll call it dial. Let's move. No, I'm going to come back to here. Let's move that to a collection and call it dial 1. I don't know how good that looks, but so I could probably just call this knobs. Probably do knob 1, knob 2. Okay, so let's copy that over to here. Size wise, a little bit big, eh? All right, maybe worry about that in the next video. Let's set the origin to geometry. No, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is that's cursor selected. Let's try just rotate that. I don't want it. Okay, we better do this. I got them both together as dial 1. So I would probably name them differently. That's okay. Let's double check everybody. Okay. So that's what I was going for anyhow. So still a good amount of work to do, but I think we're on a good path. I'm on a good path. I think I'm going to leave it at that for the time being, and we'll come back next time.